She was a CEO with everything under control, until she woke up on a red-eye flight with a stranger's head on her shoulder and realized control was the one thing she'd never truly had. He was a single father working doubles just to keep his daughter's world stable. Until the woman from that flight walked into his job interview and threatened to unravel everything he'd fought to protect. What started as an accidental moment of vulnerability at 30,000 feet became a battle against gossip, custody threats, and the terrifying question neither could escape. Was loving each other worth losing everything they'd built alone? One photograph, one jealous ex, one choice that would either destroy them both or prove that the most courageous thing you can ever do is trust someone else with the parts of yourself that shake. If you're watching this, subscribe and tell me where you're watching from, because this story will make you believe in second chances. The overhead lights dimmed as Claire Weston settled into her aisle seat, tablet balanced on her lap. Row 23. Red eye to Boston. She'd made this trip a dozen times in the past year, each flight another step toward closing the downtown tower acquisition. Tonight's board deck needed one more review before the morning presentation. She scrolled through projected revenue streams, her finger pausing on a footnote about maintenance costs. The plane's engines hummed louder. A flight attendant announced boarding complete. Someone dropped into the seat beside her, a blur of navy work jacket and hurried apologies. Claire glanced up briefly. A man, maybe a few years older than her 30, with dark skin and tired eyes. He shoved a duffel under the seat in front of him and buckled in without a word. Claire returned to her screen. The plane taxied. Somewhere over the Midwest, turbulence rattled the cabin. Claire's tea sloshed against the lid of her cup. She steadied it with one hand, the other still swiping through slides. Beside her, the man's breathing had gone deep and even. His head tilted, drifted, and came to rest against her shoulder. Claire froze. She should wake him, shift away, say something. Instead, she looked at his face, the lines around his eyes, the way his jaw relaxed in sleep. Exhaustion lived in those features. She knew that kind of tired, the kind that didn't leave after one good night. Slowly, carefully, she lowered her arm so his neck wouldn't cramp against the hard edge of her shoulder. The tablet screen dimmed. She let it. Hours passed. The cabin stayed dark except for scattered reading lights. Claire closed her eyes but didn't sleep. She felt the rise and fall of his breathing, the warmth of another human being trusting her without knowing her name. When the captain announced their descent into Boston, the man stirred. His head lifted. His eyes opened, confused for a moment, then horrified. "I'm so sorry." He sat up fast, rubbing his face. "I didn't mean to. Oh man, I'm really sorry." Claire smiled, surprising herself. "It's fine. Happens to the best of us. I worked a double shift yesterday, and my daughter had a field trip this morning, so I was up at 5 getting her ready, and then the airport shuttle was late, and I just..." He stopped, shook his head. "You don't need my life story. I'm Marcus." "Claire." She offered her hand. His grip was warm, calloused. "Did I drool on you?" She laughed. "No, you were very polite about it." The plane touched down. Marcus grabbed his duffel, still looking embarrassed. They moved through the aisle in silence, part of the slow shuffle toward the exit. At the taxi line outside, Claire pulled her coat tighter against the morning chill. Marcus jogged toward the rideshare pickup area, one hand on his phone. Through the clear case, Claire glimpsed a child's drawing. Stick figures holding hands under a smiling sun. She watched him go. Then she turned toward the taxis and put him out of her mind. The same morning, 7:40 a.m., Marcus Reed knocked on Trina Alvarez's door. She opened it in pajama pants and a hoodie, coffee mug in hand. "You look terrible," Trina said. "Love you too." Marcus stepped inside. Maya sat at the kitchen table, cereal bowl in front of her, legs swinging. Her hair was still in the neat braids Marcus had done last night. "Dad!" She jumped up and wrapped her arms around his waist. "Hey, baby girl." He kissed the top of her head. "You remember the plan? I come here after school, do homework with Miss Trina, and you pick me up by dinner." Maya recited it like a spelling list. "That's right. And what do we do if something changes?" "You call, and I wait." "Good." Marcus pulled a folded piece of paper from his pocket. "This is for you." Maya unfolded it carefully. Inside, her own handwriting in purple marker. "You got this, Dad." She'd made it last night while he packed. Marcus had found it on his pillow this morning, and he'd carried it with him ever since. "For good luck," Maya said. "Best luck I've got." He tucked it back into his jacket. "I'll see you tonight. Be good." "I'm always good," Trina snorted. "She's always mostly good." Marcus hugged his daughter one more time, nodded to Trina, and left. In the car, he set his phone on the dash. The interview was at 10. He had time to grab a real breakfast and rehearse his answers. He didn't let himself think about how much he needed this job. Across the city, Claire stepped out of a car in front of her office building. The lobby gleamed. Marble floors, steel accents, everything precise. Evelyn Hart waited by the elevators, tablet in hand. "Good flight?" Evelyn asked. "Fine." Claire pressed the button for the 31st floor. "Board deck? Ready?" Evelyn studied her. "You look tired." "I'm always tired." Claire rubbed her shoulder absently. It ached where Marcus's head had rested for 3 hours. "The acquisition closes Friday," Evelyn said. "After that, you take a weekend. A real one." "We'll see." "Claire, I'll think about it." The elevator doors opened. Claire stepped in, and Evelyn followed. They rode in silence. When the doors opened again, Claire walked straight to her office, closed the door, and sat at her desk. Through the window, the city stretched out. Buildings and streets and lives she'd never touch. Her calendar sat open on the screen. One square, 2 weeks out, said day off. She closed the laptop without answering the question. Late that afternoon, Marcus sat on a bench in a lobby across town, waiting for his daughter to answer the video call. Maya's face filled the screen, her grin missing a front tooth. "Dad, guess what?" "What?" "I got 100 on my spelling test." "That's my girl!" Marcus felt his chest expand with pride. "What was the hardest word?" "Separate. I remembered the A because you said it had a rat in it." "That's right. You ready for the power pose?" Maya nodded. She stood up, fists on her hips, chin high. Marcus matched her on his end. They held the pose for 3 seconds, then collapsed into giggles. "Love you, baby," Marcus said. "Love you more." The call ended. Marcus sat back against the bench, the phone warm in his hand. He thought about Claire for the first time since leaving the airport. Her calm smile. The way she hadn't made him feel small. He wondered if he'd see her again. Then he reminded himself not to wonder. 2 days later, Claire stood in the lobby of the newly acquired downtown tower. The chief engineer, a man named Dale with silver hair and a clipboard, walked her through the building's systems, HVAC zones, electrical panels, emergency protocols. "We're interviewing for a lead position," Dale said. "Someone who can handle maintenance and tenant calls. I've got a candidate coming in at 9:10. Sharp guy, good references." "I'll trust your judgment," Claire said. She checked her watch. "I have a 10 o'clock, so I'll—" The lobby doors opened. Marcus Reed walked in, wearing a pressed shirt and dark jeans, a folder under one arm. His eyes scanned the lobby, professional, focused, and then they landed on Claire. He stopped. She felt her breath catch. Dale waved. Marcus, right on time. This is Claire Weston, the new owner. Marcus recovered first. He stepped forward, hand extended. Ms. Weston, good to meet you. Claire shook his hand. Mr. Reed. Their fingers touched for half a second. Neither of them smiled. Dale launched into introductions, oblivious. Marcus answered questions, steady and confident. Claire stayed quiet, her mind racing. She should leave. She should say something. She should... I'll let you two talk, Claire said. Dale, email me after. She walked toward the elevators. Behind her, she heard Dale start the interview. She pressed the button for the 32nd floor, stepped inside, and waited. The doors began to close. Through the narrowing gap, she saw Marcus exhale, half relieved, half rattled. Then the doors met, and he disappeared. Claire leaned against the wall, alone in the elevator, and let herself smile. At noon, Claire rode the elevator alone. She'd spent the morning in back-to-back calls, and her shoulders ached. The 32nd floor was quiet. She pressed the button for the lobby, thinking about lunch. The elevator descended smoothly. 28th floor, 25th. Then it jolted. Claire stumbled, catching herself against the wall. The lights flickered. The car stopped. Silence. She pressed the lobby button again. Nothing. She pressed the emergency call button. Static crackled, then cleared. Hello? A voice said. Not the voice she expected. It was Marcus. The elevator stopped, Claire said. Her voice sounded thin. I'm between floors. Okay, I'm on it. Which car? Center 1, 32nd floor. Stay with me. His voice steadied. I'm checking the panel now. Claire closed her eyes. Her chest felt tight. She counted silently. 1, 2, 3, trying to slow her breathing. Claire? I'm here. Good. I need you to breathe with me. Slow in, hold, slow out. She followed his rhythm. In, hold, out. I'm resetting the breakers, Marcus said. It'll take a minute. You're safe, I promise. The lights flickered again. Claire pressed her hand against the wall, grounding herself. She focused on his voice. Calm, sure, like he'd done this 1,000 times. Almost there, Marcus said. 1 more second. The elevator shuddered, then it moved. Claire's knees nearly buckled with relief. The doors opened on the 30th floor, and Marcus stood there, tool belt slung low on his hips, concern written all over his face. You okay? He asked. She stepped out, unsteady. Thank you. Just doing my job. No? She looked at him. Thank you? He nodded slowly. Something passed between them, an understanding, a shared moment neither could name. You need anything? Marcus asked. Water? A place to sit? I'm fine. Claire straightened. Really? But she wasn't, and he knew it. They stood there, the empty hallway stretching behind them, the hum of the building around them. Finally, Marcus said, If you need anything, call the maintenance line. I'll answer. I will. He stepped back into the elevator shaft access door, and Claire walked toward her office on shaking legs. At 3 o'clock, Claire ordered herbal tea from the building cafeteria. She sat at a small table near the window, watching people come and go. Her phone buzzed with messages. Evelyn, the board, a vendor, but she ignored them all. Marcus appeared in line. Black coffee, no sugar. He paid, turned, and saw her. For a moment, Claire thought he'd leave. Instead, he walked over. Mind if I sit? Go ahead. He sat across from her, careful to leave space between them. They drank in silence for a moment. Your daughter, Claire said. How old? 7, Maya. That's a pretty name. She's a pretty kid. Marcus smiled. Smart too. Got 100 on her spelling test this week. You must be proud. I am. He looked at her. What about you? Family? Just me. Claire turned her cup in her hands. My parents passed a few years ago. No siblings. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm used to it. Silence settled again, but it didn't feel awkward. It felt like two people catching their breath. There's a farmer's market on Saturday, Claire said. Downtown. I go sometimes when I need to think. Marcus raised an eyebrow. Yeah? You could bring Maya, if you wanted. The words came out before she could stop them. Marcus hesitated. Claire saw the calculation in his eyes. Boss, boundaries, what people might think. Maybe another time, Claire said quickly. I just thought. Work first, Marcus said. Right? Right. But neither of them believed it. They finished their drinks. Claire stood first. See you around? She said. Yeah, see you. She left the cafeteria, her heart beating faster than it should. That evening, Claire sat in her office, city lights glowing beyond the glass. Her phone buzzed, a notification from the building's internal social network. Someone had posted a photo, grainy, taken from across the aisle of a plane. Two people asleep, one's head resting on the other's shoulder. The caption read, Serendipity at 30,000 FT? Claire stared at the image. It was her. And Marcus. Her phone buzzed again. A text from Evelyn. We need to talk. Claire set the phone face down on her desk. She looked out at the city, her reflection ghosted in the dark glass. This is nothing, she whispered, but she knew it wasn't. At 8:15 that same night, Marcus sat on his couch, Maya asleep in her room. His phone rang. The screen said Sasha. He answered. Hey, I'm moving back, Sasha said. No greeting, no warmth. Marcus sat up. When? Next week. I want to be closer to Maya. Okay. He kept his voice even. We'll figure out a schedule. I want more time with her. We'll talk about it, but schedules first, promises kept. Sasha went quiet. Then, fine, I'll call you when I'm settled. She hung up. Marcus set the phone down, his mind spinning. In the next room, Maya stirred. He heard her small voice. Mom's coming? He went to her door. Maya sat up in bed, eyes wide. Yeah, baby, Mom's coming back. Maya's face lit up. Really? Really? But nothing changes right now, okay? Same bedtime, same school, same us. Maya nodded, but he could see the hope in her eyes. It scared him. After she fell back asleep, Marcus sat on the couch and stared at his phone. He typed a message to Claire. Hope your night is calm. He hovered over the send button. Then he put the phone down without sending it. The next morning, Claire sat across from Evelyn in her office. Evelyn's expression was calm but serious. The photo's making rounds, Evelyn said. Junior board members are asking questions. It was a flight, Claire said. That's all. I know, but perception matters. You're acquiring properties, making big moves. People are watching. Claire leaned back. What are you saying? I'm saying, be careful. Keep distance where you can. Avoid anything that looks like favoritism. He's qualified for the job. I'm not questioning that. Evelyn's voice softened. I'm protecting you. Claire nodded, but her jaw tightened. After Evelyn left, Claire stood at the window. Below, in the Tower Plaza, Marcus tested a generator. She watched him work, focused, steady, good at what he did. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Hope your night is calm. She stared at it. Then she typed, You too. This time, she hit send. That afternoon, Claire walked 3 blocks from the tower to a small cafe tucked between a bookstore and a dry cleaner. Trees lined the street, their branches creating patches of shade on the sidewalk. She'd texted Marcus a simple message. Can we talk? Off-site. He'd replied, When? Now she sat at a corner table, hands wrapped around a cup of tea she hadn't touched. The door opened. Marcus walked in, scanning the room until he found her. He wore jeans and a gray Henley, no work jacket. He looked tired, but alert. "Thanks for coming," Claire said as he sat down. "Felt like we should." Marcus ordered coffee from the server, then turned back to her. "That photo's got people talking." "I know. Your board probably has opinions." "They do." Claire met his eyes. "But that's not why I wanted to talk." Marcus waited. "I like you," Claire said. The words felt too simple for what she meant. "I don't know you well yet, but I'd like to, and I think you feel something too." "I do." He said it without hesitation. "But there's a lot in the way." "I know. Your daughter, my position, people watching." Claire leaned forward. "So we set rules, we go slow, we're honest with each other, and we keep it separate from work. Can we do that?" "I think so, if we're careful." Marcus studied her face. "I need you to know something. I don't want to be anyone's project. I'm not looking for someone to fix my life or save me from anything." "I'm not offering that," Claire said. "I'm offering presence. Just me, showing up." The server brought Marcus's coffee. He took a sip, thinking. "Maya comes first," he said finally. "Always. I wouldn't expect anything else. And if this gets complicated, if people start making assumptions or it affects my job, then we deal with it together." Claire's voice was steady. "No secrets, no heroics. We talk." Marcus nodded slowly. "Okay?" "Okay?" "Yeah." He smiled, small but real. "Let's try." They sat there for another 20 minutes, talking about small things. Her favorite tea, his daughter's obsession with dinosaurs, the way Seattle rain felt different than Boston rain. When they left, Claire walked back to the tower through a side entrance. Marcus went the opposite direction. Neither wanted to be seen leaving together. It felt careful. It felt necessary. It also felt lonely. Saturday morning arrived cool and bright. Claire met Marcus and Maya at the farmer's market, a sprawling grid of tents and tables near the waterfront. The air smelled like fresh bread and strawberries. Maya held Marcus's hand, watching Claire with curious eyes. "You're the lady from Dad's work," Maya said. "I am, but today, I'm just Claire." "Just Claire," Maya repeated, testing it out. They wandered through the stalls. Marcus bought berries. Claire picked out fresh flowers, daisies, simple and cheerful. Maya stopped at a kite vendor, staring up at the colorful shapes dancing on strings above the booth. "Can I?" Maya asked her father. Marcus checked the price tag and hesitated. "Let me," Claire said. "No." Marcus's voice was firm but not unkind. "I've got it." He paid for a small kite, blue and yellow with a long ribbon tail. Maya clutched it like treasure. Outside the market, they found a patch of grass near the water. Marcus tried to launch the kite, but the wind wasn't cooperating. It dipped and crashed 3 times. "Let me try," Claire said. She kicked off her heels and held the kite high. Maya ran ahead, holding the string. On the 4th try, the kite caught a gust and lifted. 5 feet, 10, 20. Maya squealed with delight. Claire stood barefoot on the grass, laughing as the kite wobbled and dipped. Marcus watched her, this polished, careful woman with dirt on her feet and joy on her face. "You're good at this," he said. "Beginner's luck." The kite crashed into a tree. Maya groaned. Marcus jogged over to untangle it, and Claire knelt beside Maya. "We'll get better," Claire said. "Practice makes perfect." Maya looked up at her. "Are you going to come again? Do you want me to?" Maya thought about it. Then she nodded. When they walked back toward Marcus's building mid-afternoon, the sun hung lower in the sky. Claire handed Maya a napkin from her purse. "For later," she said. "In case you need it." Maya tucked it carefully into her pocket. At the building entrance, Marcus said, "Text me if she naps well." "I will," Claire replied. She walked to her car, watching their reflection in the glass door. A man, a girl, and the shape of something fragile taking root. Sunday noon, Claire suggested a walk along the lakeside path. Marcus agreed, and they met with Maya at a public park, where families spread blankets and kids chased each other near the water. They walked slowly, Maya running ahead to pick up smooth stones. "Can I tell you something?" Claire asked. "Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad had panic attacks. Bad ones. He'd lock himself in the bathroom for an hour, and my mom and I would just wait." Claire kept her eyes on the path. "He was a good man, strong, smart. But elevators, tight spaces, they broke him." Marcus listened, his hands in his pockets. "That's why I froze the other day," Claire continued. "In the elevator, it brought everything back." "I'm sorry." "You helped." She looked at him. "You didn't know me, and you helped anyway." "Anyone would have." "Not like you did." They reached a railing overlooking the water. Marcus leaned against it, and Claire stood beside him. His hand moved to cover hers on the rail. Warm, steady, asking nothing. Maya ran up with a rock shaped like a heart. "Look. That's perfect," Claire said. "You keep it." Maya pressed it into Claire's palm. Claire closed her fingers around it. "Thank you." A breeze lifted off the water, cool and clean. Maya's little kite, folded in Marcus's backpack, bumped against Claire's shoulder. "We'll get it to fly next time," Claire said, smiling. Maya grinned. "Promise?" "Promise!" Late Sunday afternoon, Sasha arrived at Marcus's building early. She wore a leather jacket and new boots, her hair pulled back in a sleek ponytail. She looked good, put together. Maya opened the door and threw herself into her mother's arms. "Mom!" "Hey, baby." Sasha hugged her tight, then looked past her into the apartment. Claire stood near the couch, elegant in a cream sweater and dark jeans. Sasha's smile cooled. "And you are?" "Claire." She stepped forward, offering her hand. "It's nice to meet you." Sasha shook it briefly. "You're Marcus's boss." "I own the building where he works." "Right." Sasha's eyes flicked between them, reading the room. "Boss lady saving the day." "Sasha." Marcus's voice was calm, but firm. "This is Claire. We're taking it slow. That's all you need to know." Maya looked at her mother, then at Claire, uncertain. Claire stepped back, giving space. "I should go. It was good to see you, Maya." "You too," Maya said quietly. Claire left without touching Marcus, without lingering. In the hallway, she exhaled slowly, her chest tight. Behind the door, she heard Sasha say, "She seems nice." Marcus replied, "She is." The words felt like a small victory and a sharp ache all at once. That evening, after Sasha and Maya left together for dinner, Claire found herself back at her apartment with a box she hadn't opened in years. Inside were children's books, worn covers, creased pages, stories her father had read to her before the panic attack started. She chose 3. Simple stories with happy endings. At Marcus's building, she left a small bag at his door with a note. "Return whenever." See. She didn't wait to see if he found it. She just wanted him to know she'd been thinking of them. Monday morning, a junior board member made a joke in the hallway outside the conference room. Evelyn was there. So was Claire. "Heard you're getting close to the maintenance staff," the man said, grinning. "Very hands-on management." Evelyn stepped forward. "We're focused on the acquisition timeline, David. Let's keep it professional." The man raised his hands in mock surrender. "Just making conversation." After the meeting, Claire sat in her office, jaw clenched. Evelyn knocked and entered without waiting for permission. He's an idiot, Evelyn said. He's right, though. People are watching. So? So it could hurt Marcus, his reputation, his job. Evelyn sat down across from her. What do you want? I want to not let fear drive us, but I also won't risk his career. Claire looked at her mentor. I need options. I'll look at the structure. There are ways to handle this cleanly. How? Leave it to me. Tuesday morning, Marcus sat in the tower cafeteria, staring at his phone. He had a message from Dale. Interview at sister property on Thursday. Promotion level. Interested? It felt like an escape hatch. A way to step out of the spotlight. It also felt like running. That afternoon, Claire found him in the maintenance office, reviewing work orders. Can we take a walk? She asked. They went to the park 3 blocks away, the same one where they'd talked before. Claire sat on a bench. Marcus stood, arms crossed. I arranged something, Claire said. Through HR, there's an equivalent position at the sister property. Same pay, same responsibilities, different building. Marcus stared at her. You're moving me? I'm offering you an option, a clean path forward. Your growth, your terms. No one can say I'm favoring you if we're in separate buildings. And if I say no? Then you say no. But I want you to think about it. Marcus turned away, running a hand over his head. You didn't ask me first. I know, I'm sorry. You said no heroics, no decisions without talking. You're right. Claire stood. I thought I was protecting us, but I should have asked. Marcus looked at her, really looked. He saw the tension in her shoulders, the worry in her eyes. This isn't about getting rid of me? He asked. God, no. This is about giving you space to succeed without people whispering. He exhaled slowly. Okay. Okay, you'll think about it? Okay, I'll take it. But next time, we decide together. Next time, we decide together, Claire echoed. They stood there in the fading afternoon light, the city humming around them, and for the first time in days, the weight lifted a little. That evening, Marcus had planned to take Claire to dinner, a small celebration for the promotion. But at 6 o'clock, Maya spiked a fever. Nothing serious, but enough to keep her home and quiet. Marcus texted Claire. Rain check? Maya's not feeling great. She replied immediately. Of course. Let me know if you need anything. An hour later, the doorbell rang. Marcus opened it to find a bag on the mat, homemade chicken soup in a container, electrolyte popsicles, and a note. No pressure. Just care. I'm here. See Maya, curled on the couch in her pajamas, perked up when she saw the popsicles. Miss Claire brought these? Yeah, baby, she did. Maya took a purple one, sucking on it slowly. She's nice. She is. Do you like her? Marcus sat beside his daughter. I do. Does that bother you? Maya thought about it. Mom's back now. I know. But you and Mom aren't together anymore. That's right. So, it's okay if you like Miss Claire? I think so, but only if you're okay with it. Maya leaned against him. I'm okay with it. She brings good soup. Marcus laughed, relief washing through him. He took a photo of Maya giving a thumbs up from the couch and texted it to Claire with the caption, Soup approved. Claire replied with a simple heart emoji. That night, she fell asleep early for the first time in months, her alarm set to send a good morning text to Maya. Friday evening arrived clear and warm. Maya's fever was gone. They packed a blanket and sandwiches and met Claire at the lakeside park. Maya ran ahead to the water's edge. Claire and Marcus spread the blanket and sat, watching her collect stones. I got the promotion paperwork, Marcus said. I start at the sister property Monday. How do you feel? Good, nervous, ready. Claire smiled. You'll be great. They ate in comfortable silence, The kind that only comes when two people stop trying so hard. Marcus told her about Maya's dinosaur phase. Claire admitted she'd never been camping. Never? Marcus asked, incredulous. Not once. We're fixing that. Are you asking me on a camping trip? Maybe, he grinned. If you can handle bugs and no Wi-Fi? I think I can manage. Maya ran back, breathless. Can we try the kite again? Marcus pulled it from the bag. This time, the wind cooperated. The kite lifted smoothly, soaring higher than before. Maya held the string, squealing with joy. Claire watched, her chest full of something she couldn't name. I like being needed, she said quietly. Not for a deal or a signature, just by a person. Marcus looked at her. You are, by us. Then I promise, no secrets, no heroics, just honesty. Deal. The kite dipped and spun. The sun sank lower. Marcus reached for Claire's hand and held it, simple, steady, real. Then his phone buzzed. He pulled it out, read the screen, and his expression changed. What is it? Claire asked. The photo. It's on a city gossip site now. Claire's stomach dropped. Marcus scrolled, his jaw tight. And Sasha's lawyer sent an email. Says if there's instability in Maya's life, they want to reevaluate the custody schedule. Dark clouds gathered over the lake. The wind picked up colder now. Maya ran back, oblivious. Did you see how high it went? I saw, baby. Marcus's voice stayed calm, but Claire saw the fear in his eyes. The kite crashed into the grass. The string went slack, and just like that, their fragile peace shattered. That night, Marcus drove home in silence. Maya sat in the back seat, humming a tune from school, unaware of the storm building around them. The city lights blurred past the windows, neon signs, street lamps, the glow of apartments where other families lived simpler lives. At home, Marcus helped Maya brush her teeth and tucked her into bed. She hugged her stuffed dinosaur and looked up at him with sleepy eyes. Is Miss Claire coming next time? Maya asked. I don't know, baby. I hope so. I like her. Me too. Marcus kissed her forehead. Sleep tight. After Maya drifted off, Marcus lay on his own bed, staring at the ceiling. His phone sat on the nightstand, silent and accusing. The lawyer's email burned in his mind, instability, reevaluation, best interests of the child. He thought about Claire, her calm voice in the stalled elevator, her bare feet on the grass, the way she'd knelt beside Maya without hesitation. He thought about the photograph spreading across the internet like a stain. He picked up his phone and typed, Need to focus on Maya for a bit. He stared at the words for a long time before hitting send. Across town, Claire sat at her dining table with a glass of wine she wasn't drinking. Her laptop glowed in front of her, a blank document titled Statement Draft 3, waiting for words that wouldn't come. Her phone buzzed. Marcus's message appeared. She read it once, twice, 3 times. Then she typed, I understand. Her finger hovered over the send button. She wanted to say more, that she wasn't giving up, that they could face this together, that she believed in what they were building. Instead, she hit send and closed her phone. Evelyn had called earlier, advising silence. Let the story starve, she'd said. Give it no oxygen, and it dies faster. Claire knew the strategy. She'd used it before in business. Ignore the noise, focus on results, let time do the work. But this wasn't business. This was Marcus. This was Maya. This was something real. She closed the laptop without writing a word. The weekend passed in separate worlds. Marcus took Maya to the aquarium on Saturday, letting her press her nose against the glass of the jellyfish tank. They ate pizza for dinner and watched a movie about talking animals. Normal, safe. Claire went to the gym Saturday morning, ran on the treadmill until her legs burned, then returned to her empty apartment and sat by the window with a book she couldn't focus on. Sunday, Marcus and Maya visited Trina. They baked cookies, chocolate chip with too many chips, the way Maya liked them. Trina watched Marcus carefully as Maya decorated cookies with icing. "You're quieter than usual?" Trina said. "Just thinking." "About Claire?" Marcus glanced at Maya, who was absorbed in turning a cookie into a rainbow. Maya asked why the soup had a smiley note if Claire doesn't care. Trina continued quietly. "Kids notice things." "I know." "So, what are you doing about it?" Marcus wiped flour from the counter. "Keeping her safe. That's my job." "And what about being happy? Is that part of the job too?" He didn't answer. Sunday evening, Claire stood in her office, not because she had work, but because she didn't know where else to go. The building was empty, silent except for the hum of heating vents and the distant sound of traffic below. Evelyn had texted earlier. "Strong leaders name what they want." Claire stared at her reflection in the dark window. The city stretched behind her ghost image. A million lights, a million lives, all of them moving forward while she stood still. She thought about her father, locked in the bathroom while she and her mother waited outside. She thought about how fear had stolen years from all of them. She thought about Marcus pulling away, choosing protection over connection. And she thought about herself, always careful, always controlled, always alone. In the glass, her reflection smiled. Not a happy smile, a decided one. Monday morning arrived gray and damp. Marcus started his first day at the sister property, a smaller building 15 minutes across town. The crew was friendly, the work was familiar, everything should have felt fine. It didn't. At lunch, he sat in his truck and checked his phone. No messages from Claire. He hadn't expected any, but the absence still stung. Maya's school day would end in 3 hours. He had work orders to complete, a meeting with the new building manager, and 100 small tasks to keep his hands busy and his mind quiet. Instead, he opened his photo gallery and scrolled to the picture of Maya giving a thumbs up on the couch. Soup approved, Claire's care evident in every detail of that moment. He locked the phone and went back to work. Tuesday passed the same way, Wednesday too. Marcus settled into the new routine. Pick up Maya, help with homework, make dinner, bedtime, repeat. No texts from Claire, no accidental meetings, no kite flying or farmers markets. Just the steady, lonely rhythm of a life that should have been enough, but somehow wasn't. Wednesday evening, Trina stopped by with a casserole. "You look terrible," she said, setting it on the counter. "Thanks. I mean it, you're walking around like a ghost." Maya looked up from her coloring book. "What's a ghost?" "Something that used to be alive but isn't anymore," Trina said, not taking her eyes off Marcus. "That's morbid," Marcus said. "It's accurate." After Maya went to bed, Marcus sat with Trina on the couch. "She asked why Claire doesn't visit anymore," Trina said. "What do I tell her?" "Tell her I'm protecting her." "From what? From someone who brought her soup when she was sick? From someone who learned to fly a kite in heels just to make her smile?" Marcus rubbed his face. "You don't understand." "Then explain it to me." "If Sasha thinks Maya's life is unstable, she can take her away. She has a lawyer now. She has money I don't have. And that photograph gave her ammunition." His voice cracked. "I can't lose my daughter." Trina's expression softened. "And what if pushing Claire away means you've already lost something?" Marcus looked at her. "What am I supposed to do?" "The thing you tell Maya to do. The brave thing." Thursday afternoon, Claire left work early. Not because she had plans, but because sitting in her office felt like suffocating. She drove to the community garden near Marcus's neighborhood, a small patch of raised beds and flowering plants maintained by volunteers. She'd found the address weeks ago, tucked in something Marcus had mentioned in passing. She didn't know why she went. Maybe to feel closer to him. Maybe to think. She walked the paths between garden plots, reading the hand-painted signs. The Martinez family, Rose's roses, Mr. Chen's tomatoes. Simple lives, simple joys. Claire? She turned. Marcus stood at the entrance, work jacket unzipped, surprise written across his face. I didn't know you'd be here, she said. I come sometimes after work. Clear my head. He stepped closer. What are you doing here? Same thing, I guess. They stood there, 5 feet apart, a universe of unsaid things between them. How's Maya? Claire asked. Good. She asks about you. And you? Marcus looked at the ground. I'm trying to do the right thing. By pushing me away? By keeping her safe. Claire felt anger flare, not hot, but cold and clear. You think I don't care about keeping her safe? You think I want her hurt? No, I know you care. Then why are you doing this? Because I can't be your mistake. The words burst out of him, raw and desperate. I can't be the guy who cost you your reputation, and I can't let Maya become a headline because I was selfish. Rain started, light at first, then harder. Claire didn't move. I never asked you to be perfect, she said. I asked you to be honest. I asked you to let me in, and the first time things got hard, you shut me out. I'm protecting us. No, you're protecting yourself. Her voice shook. From being vulnerable, from needing someone, from the possibility that maybe, just maybe, we could figure this out together. Marcus stepped closer, rain soaking through his jacket. And what if we can't? What if the gossip doesn't stop? What if Sasha takes Maya to court and uses us against me? Then we face it, together. You don't know what it's like to lose a child. You're right, I don't. Claire's hands clenched at her sides. But I know what it's like to live scared. My father did that. He let fear eat him alive, and I watched it destroy him piece by piece. The rain came harder. They were both soaked now, standing in the garden while water streamed down their faces. I can't be your mistake, Marcus said again, quieter this time. Claire stepped back, not chasing. And I can't be with someone who chooses fear over us. She turned and walked toward her car, rain blurring the path ahead. Behind her, she heard Marcus say her name, but she didn't stop. She got in her car, started the engine, and drove away without looking back. That night, Marcus sat at the kitchen table after Maya went to sleep. His phone lay in front of him, dark and silent. His wet clothes were piled in the bathroom. His heart felt like a stone. He thought about what Claire had said, about fear, about his father, the man who'd left when Marcus was 10, who'd chosen running over staying, who'd taught Marcus that needing people meant weakness. He thought about the lawyer's email and Sasha's sudden interest in being a mother again. He thought about Maya asking when Claire would visit. He thought about standing in the rain, watching Claire walk away, and doing nothing to stop her. At midnight, he finally picked up his phone and typed a message, but he didn't send it. Friday morning, Evelyn found Claire in her office at 7 a.m., staring at her computer screen without seeing it. You look terrible, Evelyn said. Everyone keeps saying that. Evelyn closed the door and sat down. Talk to me. There's nothing to talk about. Marcus made his choice. And you made yours. Claire looked at her. What's that supposed to mean? It means you walked away too, in the rain, without fighting. I told him how I felt. And then you left. You gave him an ultimatum and left. Evelyn leaned forward. I've known you for 10 years, Claire. I've watched you negotiate billion-dollar deals without flinching. But when it comes to your own heart, you're terrified. That's not fair, isn't it? You told him to choose. But did you give him time to think? Did you stay and work through it? Evelyn's voice softened. Or did you protect yourself by leaving first? Claire felt tears sting her eyes. I don't know how to do this. None of us do. That's the point. Love isn't a business transaction. It's messy and uncertain and terrifying. Evelyn stood. So the question is, are you brave enough to go back? After Evelyn left, Claire sat alone with the question. Friday afternoon, Marcus got a text from Sasha. Can we talk? Just the two of us, tomorrow morning. He replied, What about? Maya, the schedule, everything? Marcus stared at the message. Then he typed, Okay, neutral place? No lawyers? Deal. The cafe on 5th. 10 a.m. That evening, Marcus called Trina and asked if she could watch Maya for a few hours Saturday morning. What's going on? Trina asked. Something I should have done weeks ago. Which is? Having an honest conversation. Saturday morning, Marcus sat across from Sasha in a quiet cafe. She looked different, softer somehow, less defensive. Thank you for meeting me, Sasha said. You said we needed to talk. We do. She wrapped her hands around her coffee mug. I've been thinking about the lawyer's email, about what I asked for. Marcus waited. I was angry, Sasha continued. Angry that you seemed to be moving on. Angry that Maya talked about Claire like she was already part of your lives. Angry that I've been gone and now I'm trying to come back and everything's different. It is different, Marcus said. I know, and that's my fault. Sasha met his eyes. I'm not here to take Maya away. I'm here to figure out how to be a better mom, a steadier one. Marcus felt tension drain from his shoulders. Okay. I want a schedule, a real one. Every other weekend, 1 weeknight dinner, consistent. No surprises. I can do that. And I need you to help me with boundaries. Tell me when I'm pushing too hard or promising things I can't deliver. Her voice cracked. I don't want to let her down again. Marcus reached across the table and squeezed her hand briefly. We'll figure it out. For Maya. For Maya, Sasha agreed. They spent the next hour mapping out a schedule. Clear, predictable, built on small promises kept over time. When they finished, Marcus felt lighter than he had in weeks. Outside the cafe, Sasha paused. Claire seems good for you. Marcus looked at her, surprised. Maya talks about her all the time, and you look different when her name comes up. Like you're scared, but also like you're alive. Sasha smiled sadly. Don't let fear win. I did that, and I lost years with my daughter. Marcus watched her walk away. Then he pulled out his phone and opened his messages. The unsent text from Thursday still sat there, waiting. He deleted it and wrote something new. Can we talk? Not in the rain this time. He hit send before he could change his mind. Claire's phone buzzed while she was at the grocery store, standing in the produce aisle and pretending to care about whether to buy apples or pears. She read Marcus's message. Read it again. Her heart hammered. She typed, When? Tonight? My place? After Maya's asleep? 8 p.m. Claire hesitated. Then, I'll be there. She bought the apples and the pears and drove home with her hands shaking on the steering wheel. Claire stood outside Marcus's building at 7:58, her heart pounding against her ribs. She wore jeans and a simple sweater. No heels, no briefcase, nothing that said CEO or controlled or distant. Just her. She'd left her makeup minimal. Her hair was pulled back in a loose ponytail. She carried nothing but her keys and phone. At 8 o'clock exactly, she knocked. Marcus opened the door. He looked tired but present, wearing a faded t-shirt and sweatpants. Behind him, The apartment glowed with warm lamplight. "Hey," he said. "Hey, come in." She stepped inside. The space was small but tidy. A couch with mismatched throw pillows, Maya's drawings taped to the wall. A bookshelf crammed with dinosaur encyclopedias and repair manuals. It smelled like vanilla candles and coffee. "Maya's asleep?" Claire asked. "Yeah, out cold. She had soccer practice this afternoon." Marcus gestured to the couch. "Sit, please." Claire sat. Marcus took the armchair across from her, elbows on his knees, hands clasped. For a long moment, neither spoke. "I talked to Sasha this morning," Marcus said finally. "We worked out a real schedule. Consistent visits, clear boundaries. She's not trying to take Maya away. She's trying to show up better." "That's good," Claire said softly. "Yeah, it is." He looked at her. "And I realized something while we were talking. I've been so afraid of losing Maya that I forgot what it means to actually have her. To build a life with her instead of just defending against threats." Claire's throat tightened. "I pushed you away because I was scared," Marcus continued. "Scared of being a headline. Scared of judgment. Scared of needing you and then losing you." He leaned forward. "But you were right. I was protecting myself. Not Maya, not us, just me." "I walked away too," Claire said. "In the rain. I gave you an ultimatum and left instead of staying. To work through it. You were hurt. So were you. But I should have stayed." She met his eyes. "I've spent my whole life being careful, controlling everything so nothing could hurt me. And the first time things got messy, I ran." "We both ran," Marcus said. "Yeah." Silence settled again, but it felt different now. Less like a wall, more like a breath. "I don't need you to save me," Marcus said. "But I need you. I need someone who shows up when things are hard. Someone who brings soup when my daughter's sick. Someone who learns to fly a kite just to make her smile." Claire felt tears slip down her cheeks. "And I don't need perfect. I need real. I need someone who trusts me enough to let me in. Someone who's willing to be messy and uncertain and scared, and show up anyway." Marcus stood. Claire stood too. "Partnership," Marcus said. "Not protection." "Partnership," Claire echoed. He crossed the room and pulled her into his arms. She buried her face in his chest, feeling his heartbeat steady and strong beneath her cheek. His hands moved to her back, holding her close. "We try," he whispered into her hair. "Slow, honest, together." "Together," she agreed. They stood there in the lamplight, two people who'd been running in different directions, finally standing still. Sunday morning, Claire woke to a text from Marcus. "Maya wants to show you something. Can you come by around noon?" She arrived at his building with fresh pastries from the bakery down the street. Maya answered the door, grinning. "Miss Claire, look." Maya held up a drawing, 3 stick figures holding hands under a smiling sun. "It's us. You, me, and Dad." Claire knelt down, eye level with the little girl. "It's beautiful." "I made it for you, so you remember." "Remember what?" "That we're friends, even when things get hard." Claire's chest felt full. She hugged Maya gently. "I won't forget. I promise." Marcus appeared in the doorway, coffee mug in hand, watching them with a soft smile. They spent the afternoon at the park, the same one with the lakeside path. This time, the kite flew perfectly. Maya ran ahead, the string trailing behind her, the blue and yellow fabric dancing against the clear sky. 3 clean arcs, Marcus said. "That's a record." "We're getting good at this," Claire replied. "Yeah, we are." They sat on the blanket while Maya played near the water. Marcus took Claire's hand, threading his fingers through hers. "I sent an email to my building manager. Marcus said. And to HR. Explained that I'm in a relationship with you. Transparent. On the record. Claire looked at him surprised. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. No more hiding, no more rumors. He squeezed her hand. We're doing this right. Out in the open. What did they say? HR said it's fine as long as we maintain professional boundaries at work, which we already do since we're at different buildings now. He smiled. And my manager said congratulations. Claire laughed, relief washing through her. Really? Really? Maya ran back, breathless and happy. Can we get ice cream? Sure, Marcus said. But you have to help me decide, chocolate or vanilla. Both, Maya declared. They walked to the ice cream shop near the park, hand in hand, Maya between them, swinging their arms. People glanced at them. Some smiled, others looked away quickly. Claire didn't care. For the first time in months, she felt free. Monday morning, Claire sat in her office with Evelyn across from her. The gossip's dying down, Evelyn said. No new posts, no board questions. It's yesterday's news. Good, Claire said. And Marcus? We're figuring it out, slowly, honestly. Evelyn smiled. I'm proud of you. For what? For choosing. For being brave. Evelyn stood. Most people spend their whole lives playing it safe. You didn't. After Evelyn left, Claire opened her laptop and pulled up her calendar. The square that had said day off? For weeks now, said kite flying with M&M. She smiled and got back to work. The following week passed in a new rhythm. Marcus worked at the sister property. Claire managed her buildings. They texted throughout the day, small updates, silly photos, plans for the weekend. Wednesday evening, Marcus brought Maya to Claire's apartment for the first time. Maya explored carefully, touching the soft couch cushions, admiring the view from the living room window. You can see the whole city, Maya breathed. Pretty cool, right? Claire said. They made dinner together, spaghetti with garlic bread and salad. Maya helped tear lettuce while Marcus boiled water and Claire grated cheese. It was chaotic and loud and perfect. After dinner, they played a board game Maya brought. Claire lost spectacularly, and Maya laughed so hard she snorted. You're terrible at this, Maya said. I know, Claire admitted, but I'm having fun anyway. When it was time to leave, Maya hugged Claire at the door. Can we come back? Maya asked. Anytime, Claire said. After they left, Claire cleaned up the dishes, humming to herself. The apartment didn't feel empty anymore. Friday afternoon, Claire got a call from an unknown number. She answered cautiously. Ms. Weston? This is Principal Anderson from Riverside Elementary. Claire's stomach dropped. Is Maya okay? She's fine, but there's a family event next Friday evening. Family reading night. Maya asked if you could attend. With her father, of course. Claire felt warmth spread through her chest. I'd be honored. Wonderful. We'll see you at 6:30. That evening, Claire told Marcus about the call. He grinned. She's been talking about it all week, he said. Wanted to make sure you'd come. Of course I'm coming. There's going to be a group photo, all the families together. Claire paused. And that's okay with you? More than okay. Marcus pulled her close. We're building something here, something real. I want the world to see it. The next Friday evening, Claire arrived at Riverside Elementary, wearing comfortable jeans and a soft cardigan. She found Marcus and Maya in the gymnasium, standing near a display of student artwork. Maya wore a purple dress with dinosaur sneakers. She waved frantically when she saw Claire. You came! I promised, didn't I? They found seats on the floor with the other families. A teacher read a story about a lost kite finding its way home. Maya leaned against Claire's shoulder, and Marcus's hand rested on Claire's back. When the reading ended, a volunteer appeared with a camera. Family photos for the yearbook, she announced cheerfully. Everyone gather up. Families clustered together. Maya grabbed Claire's hand and Marcus's hand, pulling them close. The volunteer looked at them, uncertain. Are you all together? Claire felt Marcus tense beside her. She squeezed his hand. We're working on it, Claire said clearly. The volunteer smiled. That's lovely. Say cheese. They posed, Maya in front, Marcus and Claire on either side, all three of them grinning. The camera flashed. Beautiful, the volunteer said. Next family? They stepped aside, and Maya hugged both of them at once. That's going in my room, Maya declared. Forever. Later that night, after Maya went to bed at Marcus's apartment, Claire and Marcus sat on the couch with mugs of tea. The city hummed beyond the windows. Sirens, traffic, the distant sound of someone laughing. I talked to Sasha this week, Marcus said. She's sticking to the schedule, showing up when she says she will. It's good. I'm glad. She asked about you, wanted to know if things were serious. Claire looked at him. What did you say? I said yes. Very serious. He set down his mug and took her hands. I know it's only been a few months. I know we're still figuring things out. But I need you to know, I'm all in, for however long you'll have me. Claire felt tears prick her eyes. I'm all in too. He kissed her softly, gently, like a promise. When she drove home that night, the streets felt different, brighter, fuller of possibility. 3 weeks later, on a Sunday morning, Claire arrived at Marcus's apartment to find the kitchen table covered in papers. A grocery list, Maya's homework, a hand-drawn kite with clouds around it. Marcus poured coffee, 2 cups with cream, 1 mug of hot chocolate with marshmallows for Maya. What's the plan today? Claire asked. Farmer's market, Maya said, and then the library, and then maybe the park if it doesn't rain. Sounds perfect. They walked to the market together, Maya skipping ahead. The air smelled like October, crisp leaves and cinnamon. Marcus bought apples. Claire picked out flowers. Maya chose a small pumpkin to paint later. At the library, Maya checked out 3 books about space. She sat between Marcus and Claire on the library steps, flipping through pictures of planets and stars. Do you think people live up there? Maya asked. Maybe, Claire said. What do you think? I think they do, and I think they have families too, just like us. Marcus and Claire exchanged a glance over Maya's head, a glance that said, this is it, this is everything. At the park, they flew the kite again. It soared high and steady, the ribbon tail streaming behind it. Look, Maya shouted. It's so high. You're doing great, Marcus called. Maya handed the string to Claire. You try. Claire took it, feeling the pull of the wind, the resistance and release. The kite dipped, then lifted higher. Marcus stood beside her, his hand on her shoulder. We did it, Claire said softly. Yeah, we did. That evening, they returned to Marcus's apartment as the sun set. Maya curled up on the couch with her space books. Marcus made grilled cheese sandwiches. Claire set the table. It was ordinary, simple, real. After dinner, Maya yawned and rubbed her eyes. Bedtime, baby, Marcus said. Can Miss Claire read me a story? Claire looked at Marcus. He nodded. They went to Maya's room together. Maya climbed into bed, and Claire sat beside her, opening one of the library books. She read about astronauts and distant galaxies while Maya's eyes grew heavy. When Maya's breathing went slow and even, Claire closed the book carefully and stood. Marcus waited in the doorway. Thank you, he whispered. For what? For showing up, for staying, for being here. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. They walked back to the living room. The city glowed beyond the windows. A million lights, a million lives, all moving forward. Claire looked at the kitchen table. 3 mugs, 1 cocoa, 2 coffee, a grocery list with items in 2 different handwritings. Maya's drawing from weeks ago, now taped to the refrigerator. 3 stick figures holding hands under a smiling sun. No headlines, no rumors, no fear, just a life. Marcus pulled her close. "I love you," he said quietly. "I should have said it weeks ago, but I'm saying it now. I love you." Claire felt warmth flood through her. "I love you too." They stood there in the lamplight, holding each other, building something neither of them could have imagined 6 months ago. Outside, the city continued its endless motion. But here, in this small apartment with its mismatched furniture and taped-up drawings and 3 mugs on the counter, everything was still. Everything was right. Everything was home. Epilogue. 6 months later, on a bright Saturday morning, Claire arrived at Marcus's building, no longer as a visitor, but as someone with a key. She'd moved in slowly over the past weeks. A drawer of clothes, toiletries in the bathroom. Her favorite books on the shelf beside Marcus's repair manuals. Maya had helped arrange Claire's things, carefully placing framed photos on the dresser. The 3 of them at the farmer's market, Maya's school picture, the kite flying high against a clear sky. This morning, they were planning a picnic. Marcus packed sandwiches while Claire filled a cooler with drinks and fruit. Maya gathered blankets and her newest library books. "Everyone ready?" Marcus asked. "Ready," Maya declared. They drove to the lakeside park, their place now, marked by 100 small memories. They spread the blanket in their usual spot, near the water, under the trees. Maya ran ahead to skip stones. Marcus and Claire sat together, shoulders touching, watching her. "I got the promotion," Claire said quietly. "Regional director. They announced it yesterday." Marcus turned to her. "That's amazing. Why didn't you tell me last night?" "I wanted to tell you here, where everything started making sense." He kissed her temple. "I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of us." Maya ran back with a perfectly flat stone. "Look, 5 skips." "New record," Marcus said. They ate lunch in the sunshine. Maya fell asleep on the blanket, her head on Claire's lap. Marcus lay back, one arm across his eyes, the other hand finding Claire's. Claire looked at them. This man who'd taught her that strength meant letting people in. This child who'd shown her that love didn't require perfection, just presence. She thought about the red-eye flight months ago. How she'd let a stranger rest on her shoulder without knowing his name. How that small act of kindness had opened a door to everything she'd been afraid to want. The kite sat folded in the bag beside them. They didn't fly it today. They didn't need to. They were already soaring. That evening, back at the apartment, Claire helped Maya with homework while Marcus made dinner. The radio played soft music. The windows let in golden light. Maya finished her math worksheet and held it up proudly. "Done!" "Good job," Claire said. She checked the answers, marking them with small stars. Marcus called them to the table. They sat together. 3 chairs, 3 plates, 3 people who fit. After dinner, Marcus did dishes while Claire and Maya played a card game. When bedtime came, they took turns reading. Claire read 2 pages, then Marcus read 2, back and forth, until Maya's eyes closed. In the living room later, Marcus pulled Claire onto the couch. She curled against him, her head on his chest, listening to his heartbeat. "Happy?" he asked. "So happy." "Me too." Outside, the city continued. Inside, everything was quiet and warm and whole. No drama, no headlines, no fear, just love, just life, just them. Claire closed her eyes and smiled. They'd found their way home. The end.